Alrighty then. I continued the project. This is basically uh, trying to recap. Basically, there's I have the Stream Deck, which is a little keyboard thing with some LED like screens behind it, and I'm found a library in Node that basically will um, allow me to program to it, and then also control OBS. So I've been working on a little project where I've been kind of taking the idea of the basic Stream Deck software and re-implementing it, adding a bunch of features that I wanted to have. So where did we end up last time? I think I got all the button stuff done that I wanted to do. Um, but yeah, I got all the button stuff done that I like for switching layouts and switching scenes and all that other stuff. The next piece of it was being able to actually write the buttons out to the thing. So start, I was going to just do like colors, like set green or whatever to each button and make sure that that works and have it change when the layout changes and stuff. And then eventually get to the point where we're generating ping files on the fly, which will be kind of involved because you have to have like a background image and then dynamically write text on top of it. There's not a ton of libraries for Node that do that, so it's going to be a little complicated. I've done a couple little test things, but nothing looks great yet. So that one's going to take a while to do. Yeah, and then trying to button it up from there. Just start cleaning it up, move stuff out into a separate config file, stuff like that. I'd love to have a UI on it at some point, but no rush. So yeah, I guess I'm going to pick up where I was at, which was I had just started setting up. I see here. I had just started setting up the so basically what we do is we have this thing here of all the where is it? I gotta remember where all my files are. I moved stuff around the last time and now I kind of forget where everything was. Oh yeah, that's why I had it collapsed. So we have this big thing of layouts. Basically, it's just a big JSON object or JavaScript object or whatever. It has what all the buttons are set to do. And then I started adding the section here called visual, which I'm going to change to something else because visual is a terrible name. And then basically, if it was toggled or untoggled, we just change the color and set the color to something. I don't even know what the color stuff is in the library yet, so I just put green and red. And then what I do is whenever this changes, so let's say the layout changes, so you can actually have multiple layouts. So, for example, in the old software, in the Stream Deck software, which I'll pull up, you can basically make like a folder. So if you go into sounds, it'll change the layout of all the buttons to something else and then hit it and it goes back. So I basically do the same thing, but instead of calling it profile, I call it layouts. So I did implement that already. So that works, but I need to make sure that if the layout changes, I go through and figure out what all the button changes are and rewrite them out as needed. So I had basically made a whole separate data object that's essentially what's supposed to be in each button. Where did I put that? I don't remember where I put it. Trying to wrap myself around the code that I wrote already. Is there like another file I'm missing? Index layouts. It must be in here. It must be in the layouts thing. Okay, let me just collapse this again. Oh yeah, it is in here. Okay, so I basically watch for any changes to what the current layout is, and then I run through each and see if any of the buttons have updated. That's as far as I got. So what I need to do now is actually watch for any button changes and actually send them to the Stream Deck. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. I have essentially an array. Where do I set that array? Set it in the store here. I basically have an array that corresponds to each button, and which in the OBS, not in the OBS library, in the Stream Deck library, there's actually a they show like how they have, there's like a diagram. Let me see if I can find it again. I may have closed it. I definitely closed it. Yep, I closed it. Okay. Let me find it again. Node stream deck. Yeah, so they basically just lay out the buttons in this pattern here, starting. It's opposite of what I would think it would be, but so I just have an array in code that's basically going to correspond to each button, and what it's supposed to do. So I go back to layouts. So I go through each one. I check to see if that visual key is there that basically says what the color is, and then I send it so that it's in that object. All right. I'm watching the current layout. And then there was a bug in this, so let me start it up because when I tried changing the layout, it crashed the last time. I got to turn off the old stream or the real stream deck stuff and start mine up instead. Yarn run. I think watch. Right? Yeah. All right. So then, if let me see here. I actually have a thing for this. There. That's the stream deck. If I hit the bottom button, which was supposed to be my layout change button that changes to the layout sounds, I think it was crashing the last time. Let me just double check that. Yep. So I should probably fix that first before I go any further. Layouts 135. What's this now? Layout change from main to sounds. Layout 135. Oh. This is one problem. So I have Babel installed, so it's actually converting some of this import stuff over to work with Node, because Node doesn't support the module syntax. And it's not looking at any maps or anything. So what this actually lines up to is something different than what's written here. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point because this makes it really difficult. But I know since there's not that much going on, I know this is the actual problem. I guess I need to let key layout. I need to make sure that these actually exist. And that's totally cheating, but whatever. Let's see if that worked. Yep. Okay, cool. So layout change from main to sounds. It doesn't do anything with my button state. That's weird. These should all get wiped out. Oh, maybe I have to clear all the... Oh. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm looping through each button here. And I'm doing a set button, but I'm only doing in very specific cases, and if I don't, then it doesn't touch anything. So I almost need to like reset the button first before I decide whether it should actually have anything. So I need to do that real quick. Shoot. Need like a reset button. Index. All right, and then I'll go into my store file and actually add that. So set button's this. Reset button, state, button state. Huh. So I loop through each button, and if... Oh, I see. So instead of this, I just put undefined. Clear it out. All right, so let's see. I hold the bottom button. So these are set here. if I, oh, these shouldn't be, that shouldn't be undefined. That should be an empty object. All right, so these are set to color green, whatever. If I hit the sources button, they should all empty out and be all empty objects, right? Yeah, all empty objects. And then I let go and it should go back. Yep, cool. All right, so that works. So then what I need to do is, did I just break something? No. So I reset the button, I set it, okay. I watch the, is this the current layout? Button state. Okay. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to watch the button state for any changes. And then how am I going to do this? So then I want to, all right. Just basically do the same thing. This is getting a little messy. I should probably have this in a separate file, but just for the moment. Update actual buttons. I don't know what to call it. Naming things is hard. And then I watch the button state for any changes. And if there are any changes, we call this function. Okay, and then just for now, console log button change new val. And then what I'll do is I'll compare new and old. Oh, I can't let, no. Right. Let, you know what, I don't, no, it's fine. Let, I don't know, whatever. Button state watcher. And we'll call this also current layout watcher. Okay. So far, so good. So now I should get this to fire if I change the layout, right? Because it's going to update the button state and then call this. Yeah. Let's see. Button change. I don't see button change on here. Oh, yeah, I do. There it is. Here it is. Okay. So that's, yeah, that's giving me the updated list of buttons, which obviously doesn't have anything because I don't have anything set in the sounds layout. And then if I let go, it should go back. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's good. All right. So now what do I do that I have that information? I know what it's supposed to be. Like, it's telling me that I need to set the color to green for those particular ones and then don't do anything for the rest, right? So, I can just kind of loop through them all to start, right? Let's do that. New val for each. Val. And then I can basically do something with this, right? So just confirm that I have it set right. Okay, cool. All right, so and then I want to don't actually set the ones that are empty. So we'll just make sure that we only update ones that have values. Oh wait, object empty JavaScript. object empty check JavaScript. Maybe I should go back to undefined. Especially if this is really complicated. Oh, okay. ECMAScript 5. Is object keys. You know, I wonder if Lodash has one. Empty object. Wait, does empty actually do that? Oh, it does. All right, cool. Do I have Lodash? I don't remember. I do. Awesome. All right. All right, so then I'll just use that for this. If is empty val. Right, one more test. Make sure that works. Nothing. Yes, update that, and I get the 5 that are set. Perfect. All right, cool. So then I got to go back to this Stream Deck library and find the thing for setting the colors. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Fill color. All right. That's the color. Okay. E index RGB. Easy enough. All right. I'm going to need to know the index here. All right. So if val dot, what am I actually setting here? Type equals color. We're going to, I need to write a function to actually call this on the Stream Deck. Yeah, I'll just pull the Stream Deck in for now. That's fine. All right, so import Stream Deck from lib Stream Deck. Wait, I'm already in lib. And that's what it's exporting, right? All right. Let's see here. Fill. I forget the name of the function. Fill color. So we'll go index, and then we'll go color, and then what I'll do is I will change my layout stuff. Oops, that's gonna crash. Oh. Oh, I'm not in lib. Thought I was. All right. From lib. Eventually, I'm gonna move this stuff out into some other file because this is just getting messy. But especially since I'm now pulling in Stream Deck stuff into a file that has nothing to do with it, so crossing concerns and all that other garbage. All right, so color. I'm going to change to an array of red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. And then that should go right in. To the function because I use the spread thing. And I'll set red as well, just so I don't forget later for when I'm toggled. Okay. Save. Okay. Color is not defined. Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be. It would be val.color. Stream Deck default fill color is not a function. Oh, no, I guess it wouldn't be. I'm not doing it in a default. So, you know, I'm going to just use what I'm using here for now. The old syntax instead, because I didn't update the Stream Deck library file to use the import stuff, so let's do that instead. I'll come back to it. Okay, button. Well, they're green. That's a good sign. Button. But they should be... Oh, no, I'm not blanking them out, am I? Like, I almost wonder if I need to actually blank them back out if there's nothing set there. So in this else... if is empty, and then else I should maybe just fill it with black or something. Or I don't know, maybe there's an off. Is there an off button? Right, arbitrary. Fill image, fill panel, clear key. Okay. I could do this. Also. We'll start with this. So if it's empty, I'm just going to clear it, and then let's see where it goes from there. What was that again? Clear key? Clear key index. Okay, and then crash. Why? That's why. And I'm wondering if I should, on initialize, clear all the keys because they're staying green. But all right, let's see. So if I hit the sound button, this should change the layout, clear all the buttons. Yep. Very slowly, though. And then they all come. Ooh, that's way slower than I expected. That is coming through, right? Yeah, okay. What does that mean? Is that just the nature of this library, or am I doing something stupid? It said it was... Did it say synchronously? Huh. I wonder if there's a way to speed this up somehow. It's way slower than I want. I mean... It doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure the button works immediately. Let me just try it. I can tell pretty quickly here. So if I hold it in... So if I hold the bottom button, hit the top button, I should get a message right away. No, it doesn't. It's just really slow. Oh, boy. Huh. What does that mean? I wonder if I need to... Huh. So maybe doing the watch thing on this is not a great idea here because it's watching for a change, immediately getting the change, doing the synchronized call thing, then it goes back, updates the... Yeah, I wonder if that... Yeah, because like you can even watch it in the button state here where it takes a while for it to actually even write them out, let alone actually update the buttons. Yeah, something's weird there. Huh. I mean, functionally it's working, right? It's clearing them out. Putting them back. Let me just, for giggles, let's throw a color on the other, on the button on the other layout, just to see what it does. And I'll just make it like blue or something. So this is the button that shows up in the top left when, oops. What am I doing here? Yeah, I'm new at programming. Never done this before. You suck. Alright. I gotta go back and copy it again. Alright, let's put it in the right spot this time. There we go. Alright, now I'll make this blue. I'll make it purple. The ugly purple, but it's still purple. Alright. So top left should go to purple eventually. Yep. And then back to green. Okay. Yeah. I have to kind of rethink how I'm going to do this. So I think I have too many watcher things going on. I think, So instead of watching, so I'm doing this reset and set button stuff, right? But I almost need to like wait until this is all done and then call the actual buttons. The thing is I was going to try and use this watcher thing so that I can actually test each one to see what's changed. But maybe I can still do that. I can fake it. Like, maybe I can fake it. All right, so like, yeah, so instead of calling, all right, here's what I'm going to do. All right, so instead of calling this with a watcher, let's get rid of the watcher. Let me get the state of this. Get state. I want to get the state of my buttons beforehand, before I change them all. So button state, right? And this would be my previous button state. Then I loop through all these things and do all the updates, blah, blah, blah. And then I get the new button state, which, because this stuff's all done immutably, this should work without a problem. Right? And then I don't use object path here, so I'll get rid of that. I'll actually call update actual buttons with my new button state and my old button state. But it should get all the changes at once instead of being called through a loop. Not defined. All right. This has to be above it. Huh? Oh, dear Lord. Old button state, previous button state. I gotta get rid of some of these debug lines. I'm starting to get confused on what's what. Let's see what's actually in here. This, but I need to go to my store and turn off my debug. Oh, no, it's there. Oh, this. Let's get rid of this whole thing for now. Okay. New val is not a function. New val, old val. All right, what's it actually sending? Let's states. No, let's do something obnoxious like this. All right. Current layout, previous layout. Oh. I get it. Better. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that's instant. Awesome. That's an easy change. Okay, so then, cool. So then what do I need to do on startup? Because right now it's just keeping the same stuff. So it's almost like I need to call something at the beginning. Update. Let's see here. Oh, so I call... Oh, no, this should work. Because I call, even on start, after I set up my watcher at the first run of this, I call update button state. So this should be right. So how do I test this? I'll kill this. I'll open up the Stream Deck software so that it resets all my stuff, right? That's right here. All right, gives me all my buttons back. Then I'll exit out again. And then without doing anything, if I start this up, it should set those first 5 buttons to green. Let me just make sure there's nothing running here. Any node stuff just floating around, because that just happens sometimes. Nope, we're good. All right. Start it back up. Immediately set to green. Cool. All right, that works then. That's awesome. Good. So that's the initial setup of the untoggled state. I want to change the name of visual because that's just terrible. I don't know what to change it to. I don't know. It's not layout button. I don't know. I forget it. I'll leave it. I'm going to eventually have to come up with a better name for that, but it's fine. All right, so then I need to figure out how to do toggled states. So if I'm, like right now, I'm on this scene, the top left scene, so this should be a different color. In this case, it should be red. So I need to... How do I do this? In this logic here, I need to somehow check for what's considered toggled or not. And like this is, and it's going to be different for everything. So like if it's a scene on that button, then toggle would mean that that scene's being displayed. If it's a source or something like that, then it's going to be the source. It's going to be basically the source saying that it's a toggle. So like I almost need like some kind of logic for checking if it's toggled or not. Then where would I put that? So essentially, if this particular type of button is a switch scene, and the current scene equals this, then we're in a toggled state. It should use this color instead. And it has to work in sort of a global way so that even if I change the scene in OBS, it would still take that into account. So even like if this is green now, and then I go over to OBS and actually switch the scene, it should go red because that's still the scene that we're on. And I have that information. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to check that without this becoming a nasty mess. There's going to be a lot of refactoring for this. But I guess what I'll do is something similar to here. on my button checking code, or I just check types, I guess. Yeah. And then I'll just yeah, that's fine. I'll just do this for now. I'll at least get it working for scenes, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I have my key. I know what my key is. If key is visual. Okay. So it would be here. Case. Well. Okay. Let's do this. If key.visual.toggled. So if that key is actually set. And then I do a switch on the key type, which I'm just going to copy paste. If key found and key found.type. If key.type and toggled. Okay. Then I do a switch on key.type. Case toggle scene. Okay. And then what I need to do is get the scene from here, right? Well, this isn't going to work in an else, is it? Because I need this to run anyway. If this doesn't match. Yeah, I'll fake it for now. That's all right. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to check the current scene, right? Current scene name. Get scene name, which I need to pull in from the OBS library. What am I doing here? There we go. Get scene name is all I need. Okay, and then I check to see if get scene name is correct. Current scene name. Okay, and then I just check to see if the key, if, if key dot, what is the actual thing? It's called scene name. Key dot scene name equals current scene name. Then I call set button on the toggled version instead. Else set button on the untoggled version. I don't love this. This is definitely going to need some cleanup. But I just want to see something work, so. Okay. What did I mess up there? If key.type and toggled. So this should be getting to if key.type and visual toggled. Switch key type. Toggle scene. I get the scene name. I check to see if they match. If they don't match, either way, there should be something there, not black. Unless it's just never getting here. This isn't the right spot, right? If key.type and key.toggled. If... yeah, they all get set there, so it's in here. This is definitely getting triggered. This is getting triggered. Getting reset. All right, the button gets reset. This gets here. It's checking on this. It gets the toggle scene. Even if... it is toggle scene, right? Oh, it's switch scene. That's why it's not working. Right, toggles, yeah, toggles, if you hit it again, it'll go back. Which, this will probably actually work for both. Yeah, that should work for both. Okay, so now they're set. And then yeah, but this should be red. Which means that this doesn't match. So let's see here. Console, log, key, scene name. Where's that other debug message with all the errors in it? Or I got rid of it. Okay. So I'll add a new one. The current scene name doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Oh, so there. Am I losing my mind? It just doesn't work on first load? Oh, because it probably doesn't know what this... yeah. It doesn't actually know what the scene is yet. Because it takes a second for OBS for it to go out and to ask OBS for what the current scene is. So it's almost like I need to add a watcher for the scene name also. But then how messy is that going to get? Can you watch multiple things at once here or what? Redux watch. Do I still have it open? Don't. Redux watch. Example with that. Deep. Okay, so no, you can't do multiple. So what I may do is I'll also add a watcher, because I'm watching current layout right now. I'll also add a watcher for current scene, which is also in my store. Which is hiding where? Current layout. Wait, current layout. I want current scene. Current scene, and then it'll still... yeah. Okay. Current layout watcher watch. What happened here? Oh, duplicate declaration. Yeah. Two. Okay. Yeah, so then it as soon as the scene got updated in OBS, that worked, which is smart because if I change the scene, which you probably won't see because I'm going to change it in OBS. Yeah, it changes to red. And then changes back. Yep, that works. That's cool. And then it should change the top one to purple. No, that doesn't work anymore. I got to fix that. And then back to red. Okay. So let's just figure out what's up with the purple thing. Let's get rid of this. All right, so I assume that we're getting here. Change from sounds. Huh. Where are we at here? So this should be the purple. Untoggled. Type debug. Oh, it also has the toggled on here, so it's getting... Oh, yeah, this is really getting messy. All right. Default also gets this, too. Yeah, I don't... Oh, wait, no, this one. I gotta clean this up. I got way too much stuff going on here. All right, but that should change it to purple. Yeah. And then back to red because that's the scene that we're on. Okay. That is a start. So let me just set that green color to my other buttons that control scenes. Just so that I have it. Just make sure that it works all the way across the board here. So let's see here. Toggle scene. This is a scene. Momentary scene is also a scene. I gotta put in a checker for that. All right. Okay. So momentary scene I need to have a checker for also. Here. Okay. So then I'm just going to test my zoom thing, which you're not going to see, so... But I just want to see if it turns red when I hold it down. It does. It takes a second, though, for it to actually work. And then it switches back to the red. And then let me try my toggle scene also, which is my BRB one. Yeah. It changes. It takes like a second for it to come back, but for it to work, but it does work. Which it kind of makes sense because it's actually OBS, because of the WebSocket, OBS is actually in charge of telling me what the current scene is, because that way if I go into OBS and change it, it still works. So, like for example, if I change it here to something that doesn't have a scene set up on the thing, they should all go green. You're not going to see it, but they did. And then once I switched it back, it went back to red again. So because there's that round trip happening every time, it's going to take a second for it to show up. But that's fine. It's good enough. Like that's perfect for what I'm looking for. I just want to know what scene I'm on. Because eventually what I'll do is once we're generating the graphics, instead of just using colors, I also want them to flip to whatever the on state is or whatever. No matter if I'm doing it in OBS or not. So yeah. All right, this is good. I'm going to call that a commit point then. I really only changed 2 files. Really? Oh, right. Oh, you know what? There's Git stuff in Visual Studio, isn't there? I've never used it. I just want to double check, make sure I'm not committing something stupid. Yep. This is good. All right. So how do I add it? What do I actually have to do here? Open stage. I have to imagine there's a better way to do that. And what's this do? Discard stage. Okay, cool. All right, so let's make sure store's good. Comment thing. I might take that out. No, you know, I'll leave it there. That's fine. I don't need that. I need a constant stream of garbage. Added colors for buttons and layout. Whatever. Is there some kind of push? No. All right, push that up to GitHub. Cool. Good. All right, so that's I should probably write the logic for the buttons that do the source changes, just so that I have that done. So it would be like this one. Oh wait, are they not working? Oh, forgot to turn it back on because I am smart. So like this one, that should turn my face off and on, and this one turns the keyboard camera on and off. So these ones I'm going to set to a different color, and then also make sure that they handle the toggle stuff correctly. So if this is enabled, it should make this this one a different color. And then same with this. So, and then this is something that the Stream Deck software already does. So I'm just kind of again sort of just recreating that bit of it. So let me do that real quick, so that I'm kind of caught up. I have a ton of refactoring I got to do though. So that would be this one. Scene source toggle, and then what color do I want? I don't know. We'll do, I don't know, blue for off, and I don't know, whatever. That's purple, right? Let's not do that. Let's do yellow, I guess, for on. And I'll just copy paste that to the other two. This one's a little more complicated because oh, nice. This one's a little more complicated because I need to check that. I need to check two things. I need to check that the scene is set correctly, or you know that it's this scene, and then if it is the scene, also check that that particular source is actually showing. The logic's a little weirder, but I think I have all the helper functions to do it, so it should be doable. So that would be case, I already forget what it's called. Scene source toggle. And same deal, I need to get the current scene name. Okay, so now what I need to do is check to see if there's a key in the scenes with that key name. So if, what's it called? Scenes. Okay, so if key.scenes and key.scenes dot current scene name, if, all right, so we know that, all right, so with doing that much, we know that we have the ability to get this. which is the source name. And then so I have the source name, and then how do I actually check to make sure that that is enabled or not? So I think I instead of getting the scene name, I got to get the scene, because I think that has all the information I need for the what stuff is available. So let me just get it that far. If key. Wait, I don't want that to be an if. I want it to be I want it to be what would be source name, right? Yeah, source name. And let me just see where I'm at here as far as data I have access to. Source name and then the current scene. Oops. Yeah. Let's just see if that gives me something useful. Get scene is not defined because I didn't export it. Okay, what do I have access to here? So I know I have face, camera, scene, green screen. That's the name of this. That's the name of the source. And then I have all this junk. So if I loop through all the sources, find the one that matches. So green screen, and then check to see if render is true. Then I know it's active. Okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to loop through each scene, right? So I think I did this trick in the other thing, right? Where did I do it? OBS? Yeah, here we go. So I have my scene. Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure I do this right. All right, so found scene becomes current scene. Loop through all the sources. I check that I send it a scene name. I check scene item equals source name. Yeah. Okay. And then if found scene item and found scene item dot render. So if the render is true, basically render flag's on, then we're setting the toggle value. In all other cases, this would be so much easier if this was a function, because then I could just exit. I could return out. Like if I do any toggled things, I just return out. And then if I get all the way to the bottom and nothing's been set, then I just do the untoggle version. I'll come back and fix it. This is getting super gross. And there's also an else here. Ugh, yeah, this is bad. This is not right. It's like amateur hour over here. Okay. So what do we got? We have all right, so my buttons are yellow, so that's good. That means that it thinks that they're there. All right. So then if I hit this button, my face should disappear. This is really hard to see the colors. Ugh. I wonder if I could fix the brightness. Let me just give it a shot. 1 second here. Let's see. Camera scene. Keyboard camera. Property. Yeah. This is gross. Boy, there's really nothing making this look good. That's a little better. You still can't tell the difference between green and blue, or green and yellow. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to do. I can kind of tell. All right. These are blue. Why are these blue now? That doesn't seem right. Let's start that. Yellow. Okay. Now this should turn off my face. And then turn blue, but it's not. So I obviously screwed something up. It works initially, but then it seems to crap out afterwards. There's also another step of this too, because if I like switch to another scene that doesn't have all three of these set, these should be black. So there's definitely some weird logic that I have to work through. It's a start, but like that should turn blue. That's not. Okay. That's going to be tough to figure out, especially with this code being so gross. All right. How should I do this? I think what I want to do is take this entire section, move it into a function. So that way I can do my returns and everything else falls through to the set button untoggled, or furthermore, set button to clear, basically, if we get that far. Or I guess, oh no, we're already resetting it, so I wouldn't do anything. Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's do const update. It's already called update button state. It's really good. All right, individual button state. And basically all this junk here comes out. Goes in there. And then what do I need to set? I need at least a key. Is that all I need? all I need. Okay. Yeah, that's all I need. All right. So key, we're calling this in our loop here. We're sending the key. And then, why did that crash? Index is not defined. All right, I need the index also. Oh, there's more to it than that. Okay. And then, so far so good. It set all the buttons correctly, right? If I then, every time I do a toggled, I do a return, right? And that will then allow me to, what do I do here? I go, oh yeah, okay. I go if, right. If it's on toggle, oh yeah, okay, because it's already going to be blank. So if I then just get rid of all my else's and return on all my sets for the toggled one, anything that falls through is going to then get the untoggled version. I don't need a default anymore. If key and key.visual. Yeah, because if there's no key and key.visual, it already got reset here. In fact, I'm going to just move that up here. That is a lot better. Lot better. Oh, forgot my return. And I'm actually just going to put a return here also just for consistency in case I add something below and I forget. That's the main reason why I did this in the first place. Oh, that's a change. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So far so good. My current scene buttons still don't work right though, because that should be changing from yellow to blue. It's not. Yeah. There's something in this bit here. If found scene item and... Oh, you know what? I think I need to do a full check for this. Because... No, I'm not sure if that's it or not. I'll try it. That may not matter. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. I just need to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. This is untoggled is blue, right? Yeah, untoggled is blue. Toggled is yellow. Let me found scene item. Let me just see what this is actually coming out to. Alright, so keyboard camera scene, face camera scene, so that's right. They're both set to true. And then I hit one. And this doesn't refire. Oh. Oh, it would probably work if I changed the... Oh no, still doesn't work. My face is gone, right? Because render isn't actually the flag, is it? Yeah, it can't be. Because it's off right now. Let me restart it. Oh, no, it's blue. It's definitely working. So why? Let me think. If the... I like think through this. I'm watching all of the... Okay, I think I know what this is. So I'm watching in the OBS stuff. Right here, on switch scenes, I basically update all my stuff, right? So I basically update in the store what scene we're on, and that includes all of the scene items that are attached to that scene. However, this isn't going to fire if I just toggle on a view, right? I'm sure that, and this would be the way to test this, would be, all right, so I put my face back on, right? It's still blue. I switch to another scene and then switch back. This will now be yellow if it's doing what I think it's doing. Nope. It's not doing what I think it's doing. At all. Not only that, it's not even firing this again. Really weird. Yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's what I thought it was anyway. Basically, I need to, even if one of these is toggled, even here, if one of these is toggled, I need to still somehow get the updated information into my local version of the store. But right now I'm only doing it when scene changes happen. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Let's go to the OBS WebSocket stuff and see if it actually sends anything. I don't think it does, which will make this a lot more complicated. Am I on the right version? I'm not even on the right version. 420. All right. Let's see here. Events. Scenes. Switch scenes. Scenes changed. What does scenes change to? Scene list has been modified. Okay. Transitions. Stream. Source order changed. Scene item. Scene item visibility changed. Okay. We can work with this. An item's visibility has been toggled. Okay. So now does the node version have, what is this? The WebSocket, yeah, WebSocket does. Does this have the handler for that function? Let's find out. API, and what's it called? Scene item visibility changed. It does. Okay. So there should be a handler for that then. Let's see if it actually works. OBS on scene item visibility changed. Data. Console log. Data. I am really not good at Visual Studio Code. Okay. All right. So now if I toggle one of these, it should fire. Yeah? Okay, good. I wish it would send the entire scene, though, and not just... Because now it's up to me to go through... So I could do two things. I could either request the scene again, like I do here. OBS get current scene update, which would work. Um, hmm. You know what? Maybe I will just do that. I think that'll be a lot easier. Is this a promise or not? I don't remember. Then I don't remember if these are promises or not. I get confused into what's what. It is not a promise. Okay. So I would need to... Why are some things promises and some things aren't? Bizarre. I'm assuming that then this isn't either. Then let's log then. Oh wait, I can just do this. So that is a promise. It doesn't make any sense. What's like, it's really inconsistent. Okay. Fine. So then but not set initial scene, just set scene. Oh, wait. You must add this handler to avoid uncaught exceptions. What did I do? Get current scene object, store dot dispatch. Oh. And also, I think I can't just do get scene, set scene here because it's going to mess up all my previous logic. I think I need to do some, like another handler for update current scene. Yeah. Because I don't want to set the previous scene. I just want to set this current one. So, what was it again? Update. Update current scene. And get rid of that. Okay. All right. So, this isn't going to be the speediest thing in the world, but it should change. Yep. When I hit the button. Beautiful. I'll take it. Actually, it's faster than I expected it to be. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Let me see it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. It's very fast. I mean, it's not quite instant, but it's super close. It's close enough. It's, I don't know. If I had to guess, it was half a second. I think that's even probably saying a lot. It's probably more like, yeah, no, it's not half a second. There's no way. No, it's faster than that. Cool. That's actually a pretty good stopping point, I think. I think. Yeah, I think that might be it. I think, because the next thing I got to get into is the image the image stuff, and I know that's going to take a couple hours at least. At least having the buttons work is a good start for sure, because that means and I know that, I mean, it means I know that I can get the changes to the Stream Deck really quickly, so I can kind of just go crazy with it and, you know, change things on the fly, which yeah. Sweet. Yeah, this is good. All right. Let me commit that stuff. And then I want to make sure I'm not putting in anything stupid. Yep. Cool. Plus. Yeah. All right, cool. So finished adding colors to buttons. All right. Yeah, so next thing will be image stuff. I found a library for it already. I just got to actually do it. I have a bunch of like things set up for what do you call it? Bunch of things set up for like base images and stuff, just stuff that I'm going to use for the different types of buttons we have. And then I just made some tests with let me make sure that works. Yeah, that works. Okay. Make sure, or I want to make sure that the switch is still working. And then I have a thing for, I checked the images, or I checked the text. The text works fine. It just doesn't center it and stuff, so we're going to have to write some code around that. I don't know. It should work. It's going to still take a couple hours, because I want to, I like want to loop through everything and generate them all beforehand, and then as we switch scenes and states and stuff like that, it'll actually send them immediately. So it's going to be a little bit of work, and I want to dedicate a block of time to it, so I'm not starting today. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, and I don't know, I might stream a game or two later, just for something different. Celebrate my first day of fun employment. Anyway, thank you. I'll talk to you guys later.